Welcome to Grab the Horns. Today what we're going to analyze is three different stocks who have recently had IPOs here in the States. What we're going to do is take a look at those stocks, what their company is, what they do, and then we're going to see, are these companies doing well in this market? Are they struggling? How have they performed thus far? So we put together a presentation here. Let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to start with the company by the name of RENN. Now RENN is a Chinese stock. Ticker symbol here is RENN. And it operates a social networking site with over 100 million users, again, in China. Some people are even calling this the Facebook of China. It IPO'd in May, and when it IPO'd, it saw a range of $18 to $24 a share, closing at the low end of the IPO price. Since then, the price has decreased to just above $12 a share. Just to show you a little bit about what RENN actually looks like, obviously this is in Chinese, but this is the main page of the actual site itself, and here's a user profile of RENN. Now here's a quote of the stock here, again closing at about $12 a share. While it seems to have found a floor here, its valuations are not quite supported by its quote-unquote growth story. This is one of those stocks suffering from skeptical investors as to the validity of some of the financial reports that come out of Chinese companies. Its valuation, which is basically the market cap versus the earnings and balance sheet, they don't justify the current price given that there's a lack of certainty of the growth in this company. The next one that we're going to look at here is Mobi. Again, another Chinese company here. Ticker symbol on this is MOBI. And basically this company, this is the IPO here. This shows basically the IPO when it came out. Here's a chart of Mobi here. It's an ADR. This company sells applications such as games and music for cell phones. Now its price reached a high of $23.25, but it recently dropped back down to $6.67. Its history has shown mostly losses, although it did manage a profit for its 2011 year. And its balance sheet, look much more moderate than RENN does. Add to that its incredibly low shares outstanding and float, and it would make sense to avoid being short on this one. Although it's hard to say, is this thing going to continue to pop? Again, it saw quite a rise and then dropped off from there. The next one, which everyone should be somewhat familiar with, a U.S. company, LinkedIn. Big news on this one. IPO came out just recently here, and this operates also as a social networking site with over 100 million users. Now, this is basically a Facebook clone, but for those people with a job. It tries to set itself apart from other social networking sites by really lending itself as a professional network used to exchange information, ideas, and opportunities. So a little different than Facebook, where that's just a social side, get together with your friends. LinkedIn is really more geared towards the business person and trying to link those types of people together. On the IPO day, the price ranged from $80 to $122. Now this is the front page of LinkedIn here, shows you what it actually looks like online when you go to log in. This is LinkedIn Talent Advantage, one of those networking type of services that LinkedIn offers. And then this is an actual quote of the LinkedIn stock. So again, when it IPO'd, that price did range from $80 to $122. Giant valuation change there. Today it dropped to about $5.79, down almost 7% to close at about $77 and change there. From a business perspective, the company has a worthwhile business model. However, I wouldn't expect its growth to be anywhere near that of Facebook. Facebook was, kind of a phenomenon, came out, took the market by surprise. Going to be hard to repeat that. So these are three different IPOs that we looked at, kind of looked at how they've been faring in the market recently. Obviously, a lot of them came out with a lot of upside potential. Some of them didn't really pan out too much. Some of them had that rise and dropped off. And then others, like LinkedIn, we're going to have to wait to see what happens with that. Very interesting stocks. Hope this helped. Right now, get out there, go grab the horns.